Hey guys, it's me Curtis. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're supply. So if you sound no. Hey guys, past pets. No. Hey guys, it's me Curtis. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you are new here, my name is Curtis and I make pet videos here on my YouTube channel, and I also have an Etsy shop where I sell my own pet supplies. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a couple ways that I have compiled together in a list for today's video of how to remember your pets once they have passed on. Okay, so we're going to get right on into this video with the first way, and this is something that I have done and I'm going to show you guys in just 1 second, but that is having a picture frame with a paw print clay thing inside of it. And I know that doesn't really make much sense, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about right now. So I have I've got to clean it off honestly, but this is what I mean. This is something that I've actually done for my last hamster that I had, Alfie. For those of you guys who remember him, he was my Syrian hamster. As you guys can see, it's just a very clean, sleek frame, and then on the inside of it, there is a little circle with his 2 paws in it. I know you guys can't see it right there, but this is a relatively inexpensive way to, be able to remember your pet after they have passed away, and it's also something that you can do yourself. And the clay I think I got from high school, and a lot of people just may have this sitting around. You can also make it very easily yourself. And then the frame I believe was from the dollar store or Walmart, and it was only a couple dollars. So altogether it doesn't cost very much, but it's obvious that you take clay, roll it out, cut it into a circle or any shape that you want. Sorry that my ring light's blurring it out. And then you just take your pet's front 2 paws and then stamp it into the clay, and you can bake it if that's what your clay says. This is actually a non-baked clay, so I didn't bake it obviously, and then I just stuck it in the middle of this frame, and now I can just sit it anywhere I would like. So if that last idea doesn't really sound so great to you because you don't really or you're not the type of person that enjoys handling your pets too much after they have passed away, you can do 1 or 2 things, which is either have someone else that you know, or that knows how to handle your pet or doesn't mind handling a dead animal, have them stamp their hands into the clay, or if you're lucky enough, I guess, in some aspects at least, to know that your pet is going to be passing away and you see them getting old, for example like a hamster, maybe it's something that you can do just shortly before you think that they're going to pass away, and then you can tell they are getting a little bit older. So this next thing that I'm going to talk about is kind of related to the first one, and that is just to have a stone or clay thing with your pet's paws stamped in it. So obviously you don't have to put it in a frame, and I did this before but I don't know where it's at. Even make it look like a rock and then stamp your pet's feet in it. I'm going to see if I can find any images of what I'm trying to say, but essentially it's not a frame, so you can place it on your desk or near your bed, your nightstand, anything like that. The next thing is also kind of related, so I'm going to go by it pretty quick, and that is just to have a frame with a picture of your pet in it. This is a very common thing that people do, but I feel like some people feel like they have nothing to do once their pet passes away, and they're pretty overwhelmed and kind of don't want to do anything related to their pet a little while after. But printing out a simple photo and getting a frame for it is something that's very quick and easy to do, and it's just a very easy reminder of your pet. Alright, so this next idea is one that I find very interesting. I have never done it, but I would like to try it in the future, and that is to get your pet cremated. I have a few friends in the community who have done this and know of people that have done this. I know a lot of people don't actually think about getting your hamster or your lizard or anything cremated, and not all places will do it. Guys, I'm so sorry for the background noise. My mice are running on their wheels, and then I have 2 fish filters running, and I don't have my turtle filter loud or on right now, so it could be worse. But as I was saying, I know a lot of people don't realize that it's an option, and it may be expensive, especially for the amount of ashes that you get back, because for a hamster you don't really get much ashes back. At least that's what I've heard. Maybe your vet does it differently, but just definitely ask those questions before you go in to give your hamster or other animal to get cremated. And then obviously you can get an urn, you can make an urn even, you can engrave it. My hedgehog is hissing. And then that is also another nice little thing that you can have around for to remind you of your pet. And obviously you do need to go to a vet's office to have your pet cremated, and it also still has to be an option because I know not everywhere does this yet. So the next thing that I want to talk about is a little bit related to the one before this, and that is to get a locket or bracelet or something that has a little clasp or charm that opens, and you can put your pet's ashes in it in order to carry it around and wear it wherever you go. Now, this is not something that I have done personally, but I think it would be a really nice gesture or thing to wear. And you know, no one really has to know what's inside of it. It's just kind of like a personal reminder for you about your pet. Now, if you don't want to get your animal cremated, but you still want to be able to carry them around with you in one way, another thing that I suggest doing is just cutting off a little bit of your animal's hair. And I know that sounds very creepy, but honestly, I don't mind doing it, and I have done it in the past. I did it to Alfie, and it's just a nice way to keep another part of your animal behind once they pass on. And this way, you know, the hair that comes from your animal, you don't have to take them to the vet's office in order to get ashes to have something to carry around with you that reminds you of them. The next thing that I would recommend is having a portrait done of your animal. So a lot of people get this done. There are a lot of places that do this. This is personally something that I would love to have available on my shop, but I kind of have to like organize my drawing. I do a lot of different styles and things, and I have to find a unique way of doing these. But as of now, there are many people on Etsy and Instagram that offer, you know, pet portraits, whether you want them physically or digitally. One company that I have worked with recently, actually, I will leave the link to the video up here, is Crown and Paw. And obviously this is not a memorial video or memorial portrait of my dog, but we did collaborate on a video, and they do make a lot of different portraits for pets. So if you want a funny way or more of a Renaissance style way of remembering your pet, I highly recommend checking them out. And you can also use code Curtis10 in order to get 10% off of your order if you decide to get one of these. And speaking of Mason, guys, he's actually right here on my lap. He actually like climbed in my lap right before I started filming, and I guess he just wanted to stay here for this video, so he's been here. Alright, the next thing that I recommend, now that my mice are making a ton of noise on their wheel again, is making a tribute video or something along the lines of that for your animal. Now, a lot of YouTubers do this for their viewers more so, I feel like. At least that's what I used to do. I don't really do these anymore because I've been so busy and I haven't had the time to make tribute videos. But they are a really nice thing to be able to look back on in the future and just like remember good times and memories that you've had with your pet. Same thing goes for making a scrapbook of your animal. You know, if you have a lot of photos, you're a photographer, definitely print those out, put them in a scrapbook, and having the scrapbook or the video would both be very nice ways of you to be able to look back on memories with your pet. The next thing is to keep one of their toys on display / not give it to any of your other animals. So I own a lot of rodents in the past, currently, probably forever. So, you know, sometimes if you bake them and sanitize them, you can give them to new animals, especially if they're in good condition. But if you have like an item from a pet that you know they really liked or really used a lot, such as a certain hide, you can keep that on the side and just keep it on display. And that's also a more discreet way of being able to remember your pet, because not everybody's gonna know why there's a hamster wheel on your dresser, you know? So that's just another thing that you guys can do. So this next option is one that I find very, very interesting. I honestly don't know that much about it, but I wanted to include it in today's video because I do know of people that do this. I haven't really talked to them much about it, especially on YouTube, but this is to plant your dead pet. But I'm trying to make the sound right, but I'm trying to say like plant your pet in soil and like grow a tree, or grow anything for that matter, but essentially get like one of those ceramic potting plant things and put your passed away pet inside of it and use them to grow and nourish like a new plant. Now forgive me if this is not exactly how it works, but the ideology of it sounds really interesting to me. You know, like your pet is like kind of reincarnated as like this new pet, or new plant I should say, and then you obviously have it for a long time, and surprisingly it's very successful for a lot of people. So don't just think this sounds crazy and not look into it if you do find this interesting. I would recommend doing your own research if this does sound interesting to you, but that is an option that I know a lot of people do not know about. And the last thing that I'm going to include on this list is probably one of the most basic things that you can do when your pet passes away, but I figured I'd include it on here anyway, and that is to bury your animal. Do not feel embarrassed if you want to bury your animal, especially if you're older or you're burying one type of animal or the other. You know, that's just a way for you to be able to go visit your animal whenever you want. You can even like make or get a headstone slash like nameplate thing made for them so that it can be on top of the dirt and you'll remember to just go visit them. This is honestly a very common thing, like I said, but I've done this so much. I've done this for most of the animals that I've had that have passed, and I can still go in my backyard right now, and all of them do not have like a cement block or stuff on top of it, but I still remember where most of them are buried. So don't forget that you can always bury your pets if all else fails. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I know this video was kind of like, not dark, because I think I kept it pretty lighthearted, but I hope this video informed you of ways to remember your pet after they have passed, because while our pets are here, they do fill up a lot of our life, a lot of our time, a lot of our money at times. It's definitely not crazy to want to be able to remember your pet after they pass away, and I hope there was at least one or two ways in this video that you didn't know about before that you can remember your pet after they are gone. Let me know down below which one of these ways was your favorite or the most interesting to you, or even if you have a new way that I did not suggest in today's video. If you guys would like to keep up with me and my pets on this whole journey, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which are just at Curtis Lasane, just like my channel name. And you guys can also shop for my custom pet supplies via my Etsy shop, which the link is always included in the description of all of my videos. I have a lot of new small animal items that are up now, and I have been getting such great feedback on them, so I want to thank you guys so much for that. And aside from that, that's all I wanted to say in today's video. So me and Mason are just going to sign off and say that we hope to see you guys all in the next one.